Hey guys, my name is Megan. For those of you that have not been to my channel before, this is Megan's Fitspective. I typically use this for, fitness and health and stuff like that. I have some music videos on there too, I don't know why, but I want to start using this also for my own journey, motivational speaking and things like that. Now, my motivational speaking name is Megan K Motivate. I will be posting some, I might change my YouTube handle or something like that, but if you want to follow me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, Megan K Motivate is where you'll go. Okay, anyway, so let's get into this. So what I'm going to be using this YouTube channel for is walking through my walk. So my hashtag that I use for motivational speaking is called Show Me Your Walk. And the whole idea of this is that we all have something that we've gone through. We all want to get better. We all can improve. And through my walk that I've had, I found that it's actually kind of hard to find people who have talked about it. Or maybe I'm just not looking in the right places, and in which case that's fine. I can always look later. But I want to try and add to that because I think it could be really beneficial, and I can't really go into a lot of details, nor will I do so for quite a long time, but I can still help where I can with this information and also in turn help myself. So I'm going to be working on healing from certain types of things that I went through when I was younger. And one of these particular things that I dealt with is narcissistic abuse. And I knew people here, like I said, I'm not going to go into details. I just knew a narcissist. I knew a couple, actually. And this really messed with my head for a long time. So what I've been doing lately is I've been trying to, I'm now ready to move through this and be like, okay, I am getting away from that and I'm able to move forward in a way that I was not able to for a very long time. And I really think that people who are going through the same thing could benefit from this. So what did I learn in the last couple weeks? Or really it's been way longer than that, but I guess the last couple weeks are kind of the main thing. The biggest thing is recognition. So this is the hard part for a lot of people, recognizing that you're still kind of doing this. Now, something that I recognize with myself is I developed a sort of, I don't want to say it is Stockholm Syndrome, but it probably is a version of it. And so in case you didn't know, I'm going to save you what narcissism means, narcissistic personality disorder. It's this disorder that people get when they're abused as a child. The disorder itself is not their fault, but how they carry it out and how they decide to behave with that disorder is. Because it's kind of difficult. It's actually a very complicated disorder, but it's honestly kind of sad in a way because they can't really, I don't think they can change their feelings. People always like to go by here really, really fast at my place, and I'm like, it's so annoying. Like, you don't need to do that. Anyway, so they can't really control the feelings that they're having necessarily. I've actually not done enough research on that, so don't quote me there. But from what I know so far, the behavior is what counts. Cool. Stockholm Syndrome, let's go there. So Stockholm Syndrome got its name from, I believe there was some kind of thievery in Stockholm, and the captor ended up having a bond with the victim. So the victims developed a bond with the captor to protect themselves. Now the brain does this for a survival reason. So the same thing can happen when you deal with narcissists in your life or any type of person that mentally or physically keeps you a certain way. And this is just your brain's way of protecting itself. So if you're dealing with this as well, know that that is something really powerful that your brain used to protect you and be like, I want you to live. And that is really fantastic, and it's a beautiful thing. Keep kicking butt and taking names. Okay, so with that, and recognizing that, I started looking into how I deal with my emotions. So something that you guys can also do, and we're going to do this together, that's the whole point of this, is to look at how you deal with other relationships, if you're already out of it. I will note that this is probably going to help more people who are already out of the situation, or at least almost out of the situation, because it allows you to recognize how you work in your life otherwise. That might be hurting you in the long run. I mean, I'm reading this book called You Are a Badass. It's by, let me actually look. It's by Jen Sincero. It's a very good book. I do recommend it. And she talks a lot about how our subconscious mind can run what we do. Cool. So with this whole realization that we have our emotions, I started to look at what I feel when I feel in flow. So what in flow means is when things feel natural. So when I'm writing music, it's natural. It comes out of me. It doesn't feel like I have to try. It's amazing. What other decisions have I made in that flow state? And the reason why this matters, because I just realized I kind of skipped over that, is because I have a lot of trouble trusting myself. And this is something that I think a lot of people who dealt with narcissistic abuse and other things like that, they end up having this trouble as well. So I was trying to think. I actually have a mentor that I was talking to as well. It wasn't just like me doing this on my own. That's actually very difficult to do scientifically and psychologically. But so flow state, that, music feels great. I started my company on flow state. I did a lot of things in flow that make me feel good. It just feels really natural. It feels right. And all those decisions have been great decisions. Okay, so what's the other side of this? And I asked my mentor, I was like, so what is the feeling when, so the narcissists that I knew, the few that I knew, all kind of the same way, what they do is they bring you down. So they make you feel very low and kind of break you down really, and then they bring you back up. And when they bring you back up, you have this feeling of contentness. And I said, well, what is that feeling? Because that feeling makes it feel like they're close to me and that they're the correct one and not me. And she said that's validation, that you want that validation from them and that's what they get from it. And so you internalize that, and that's part of the trauma bond that the trauma bond that they form with you. And I was like, oh crap, okay. And they're not the same. It's not the same feeling as a flow state. So when I'm writing music, I'm not really getting validation out of it. I'm getting this natural flow of me as a person and who I am, which is really fantastic. So this is something to really look at. And this is the first thing that I really looked at that I recommend you guys also look at. What are things that make you feel validated, that make you feel that, and realize validation is not a bad thing. I want to note, we're only human. Validation is something that humans need. It's part of being one with the, pack. We're all animals here, and we want to be part of a group. And so in order to feel like we're part of the group, we have these feelings of being validated or invalidated. But there is a point, I believe, where it can be negative and where you use it, where you can learn it in a negative way. Let's put it that way. Learn it in an unhealthy way. So that's the first thing I want to focus on for this video. Working on where do you feel in flow and where do you feel validation? I think those two things are incredibly important. Guys, I'm really excited to start this journey on YouTube with you. I'm probably going to keep it real simple with the videos on my phone. Mainly because, to be honest with you, I am so exhausted all the time, or not all the time, but I don't know. I'm pretty sensitive, I guess is the way to put it, and I really like to have my time, and I do so much stuff already that I'm going to keep this really simple. Yeah, but I thought that this would be really useful information. Guys, if you want to follow me, my Instagram is Megan K Motivate. I will put that, I think, in the YouTube descriptor. That should work. Anyway, this is getting kind of long, so guys, have an awesome day. Put some things in the comments. Name what puts you in flow. Go ahead and put it in the comments. What puts you in a state of validation? Those things are really important to recognize offhand first. All right, show me your walk, guys.